Thank you, Mr.
For
Chairman.
recognition.
I have an amendment at the desk.
The clerk will report the amendment.
Amendment to discussion draft offered by Mrs. Blackburn of Tennessee.
The chair recognizes the gentlelady from Tennessee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm offering an amendment that would condition the ability of broadcasters to opt for retransmission consent payments on whether radio stations they own pay performers for their music. I think we could call this the Keeping Broadcasters Consistent Amendment, or the What is Good for the Goose is Good for the Gander Amendment. And let me just be really clear on this. I believe a broadcaster's TV signal is their property, and they should have the right to negotiate for fair compensation for the carriage of that signal and its content. Broadcasters have told this committee repeatedly that retransmission consent payments are fair because cable and satellite stations make millions by retransmitting local broadcast content. Broadcasters seem to churn out a press release an hour saying anyone who uses their members' content should pay fair market value. On the other hand, when it comes to music, the same broadcasters, many who own both TV and radio stations, sing a completely different tune. They defend a system where their AM/FM stations use musicians' work and make millions off of it, and they never pay a cent. This is a basic issue of modernizing the law to get rid of a dated loophole that only applies to AM/FM radio. Internet radio pays, satellite radio pays creators for performances, cable and satellite TV radio stations pay music creators for their performance. Everybody but AM/FM radio pays. Here's a great example. When Kenny Rogers sings The Gambler and it's played on internet radio or satellite, Kenny gets paid, but when it's played on AM/FM, he gets nothing. And NAB's radio members won't pay Kenny for his recording of The Gambler, but they come before the committee and they demand to be paid when the TV movie of The Gambler is retransmitted. Fair pay for all creators shouldn't be a gamble. This is not the free market at work, and a free market performers could negotiate a fair price for their work on TV, internet, or AM/FM. Instead, it's a government-sanctioned taking of a creator's property, the ultimate picking of winners and losers, and everyone who loves music gets the short end of the stick. We are the only industrialized country outside of China, Iran, and North Korea that does not pay performers for the use of their music on radio. That has real-world consequences to the American economy as we leave at least $100 million a year on the table overseas. They don't pay our performers because we don't pay our performers. Time and again, I've asked broadcasters who've come to this subcommittee, and I know everyone gets tired of hearing about it. I've asked them to give me an explanation for the double standard. The problem is they never give an answer because there is not a reasonable explanation. I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentlelady.